hips up to put the block underneath your sacrum, kind of at the lowest part of your back. So I'm going to lift my hips up, and then let your body weight just surrender onto the block. Allow your knees now to turn in. Having a little vertigo while I'm down here, so I'm just going to keep my head a little bit elevated. Good, turn the knees in. You know, you never know from day to day, right? Open the arms out to the side. My one arm is behind my back. Breathe in and out. And just start to settle in. And if this doesn't work for you, of course, you know, if you're suffering from vertigo today, go ahead and sit up. And I'll be making my way up there shortly. And if it feels okay for your shoulders, bring your arms to like a cactus arm or a goal post, because we're still in football season. Breathe in fully. Now, you just allow the body to breathe itself. And allow the expanse of the belly, ribs, and chest. And then allow the letting go of all physical and emotional tension that you don't need to take with you on this mat. And breathe in deeply, fully deeply, completely. Empty out the breath. Take a few more rounds right here. Take one more breath, inhaling, open the legs out, and without touching the soles of the feet together, just let your knees splay open. You can rock onto the outer edges of the foot, and then see if you want to stretch your arms further over your head, or keep them where they are. Slight bend in the elbow will help you to just stay grounded a little bit more. So there's no tension. I just don't want you to create any early tension. Particularly in this part of our class, right? We don't need tension here. Take 2 more rounds of breath on your back in this position. And then inhale, bring your arms to the outside of your thighs. Bring your legs in together. Good morning. We started on a block, but we're coming off it shortly, so just grab it anyway. And then inhale, lift your hips up off the block and articulate your spine down. And go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. And just mute if you can, E.T. Good. Bring your knees all the way close to the chest. Holding onto the front of the shins. Maybe it's your fingertips, maybe it's your wrists, forearms, elbows. And just pointing your tailbone down as you bring the knees again into the chest. Good. Inhale. Exhale, compress a little bit deeper. Just release some tension in the back. And then inhale, open your arms out to a T. Bring your feet again as wide as the mat. Let both knees fall to the right side for an early and rather easy spinal twist. So don't cross your legs just yet. Don't bring your knees up together. Just work on this little release. You will feel a lot of this on the outside of the hip, the IT band. Inhale back through the center. Keep the feet wide. Shift the hips over to the right and the knees over to the left in a wide stance. So, typically wide leg gives us more space. And for this particular action, it's not as critical and not as challenging. A little bit, there's early morning kind of stuff. Inhale, come back to center. Walk your feet in a little bit closer. Take your hands under your thighs. Inhale, lift your head and chest up off the floor. And then roll yourself up to sitting. Take your block again. And place it in front of you. Take your hands behind you. You can do that. And then have a seat on the block, opening your knees as wide as the mat, or as wide. Take your arms inside of the legs, hands on the floor. And then hug your knees on your triceps. So you're pushing a little bit inward. And at the same time, push your triceps into your knees without actually having them open and close like an accordion, right? So just keep the action of that pressure on the arm and on the inner thigh. Then broaden your collarbones, lift your chest. Exhale, keep your left arm down and open your right arm to the sky. Keep pushing knee against tricep on the left side. Right arm reaches up and we get a nice release out the right side body. Bring your right arm behind your back. You can touch the floor of the block, or you can grab on the inside of your left thigh. I mean, and there's a million things I haven't listed that you can do, so it's kind of up to you. One more breath. Good. Inhale, if your arm is bound, release it up. Exhale, bring the arm inside of the thigh. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, right arm against right inner thigh. Left arm starts to open to the sky as you rotate the torso. Inhale. And then choose to keep the arm up or sweep it back. Maybe grab the inside of your thigh. Just, wherever your body kind of takes you. Keep the action on the right arm and inner thigh. Inhale, release your left arm. Exhale, release the hand to the floor. Hug the knees around the triceps. Inhale, keep the action in the arms and legs and bring your hands to prayer. Lift your torso up. So pull your knee against your tricep, tricep against your knee, inner groins, nice and strong. And now lift up the pelvic floor muscles. This might be a little reminiscent of childbirth for some, but kind of what we would do. But instead of pressing down, we're pulling up and in. One more breath. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor or another block in front of you, and then allow your hips to lift off of the blocks. Turn your toes forward, but they can still stay wide. Have your blocks nearby on any height, and just move them out a little bit in front of you. So it's almost like you're going into a tabletop with your spine, but your knees are bent, and the weight shifts back towards your heels. Inhale, broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, with just a small movement, tuck your tailbone, pull your belly in, and round your back like a cat. Inhale, arch your back, broaden your collarbones. Exhale, round and curl, chin to chest. So it's a small cat cow, cat dog. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round your spine. Keep the rounded spine, bring your hands on your thighs, and then slowly roll yourself up to standing. Roll your shoulders back and around. And yes, your feet are still wide as the mat. Inhale, stretch the arms out to the side, palms down, fingers reach in two directions. Now, think about lifting your knees up towards your hips and pushing your thighs back, but not hyperextending the knees. So think about the calf pushing forward towards the shin. So think about lifting up in your legs rather than back. So the tailbone should tuck underneath you. Inhale, reach out to your right side. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale, reach over to the left. So it's just like those body sweeps. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center. Left arm out or move to the left side. Keep hugging the legs outwardly. Inhale back to center and to the right side. Exhale. Right arm down, left arm up. Reach up and over. Look up at your left hand. Spin your thumb open. Heart lifts up. Inhale, come back to standing, both arms out. Exhale, lean to the left, hips to the right. Left arm down, right arm up. Spin your palm to face your face. Rotate the thumb a little bit more upward. And just lean to the side. Try to take any pressure away from your knees. Ground through your feet, inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, come back up, arms out to a T. Exhale, rotate just the torso, so keep the legs really firm. Rotate the torso to the right side. Now, you can move the hips around a little bit, but if you can just keep them centered and squared, you might not get as much movement through the torso, but that's okay. We got room for that. Right arm down, left arm up. Lift your knees up, lift out of your waistline. Inhale back to center. Exhale, rotate to the front. Inhale, turn to the left. Hug your hips in. Inhale, left arm down, right arm up, palm faces in. Inhale, rise up. Face the front of your space. And as you exhale, bend your knees and hands to the floor, shins, or the blocks in front of you. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold all the way in. I'm modifying, so just fold your chest towards your thighs and let your head hang down. Good. Inhale, come back to halfway lift. Bring your hands to your hips and then stand up, so standing straight up. Bring your feet closer together. They can touch and they can still be back hips width apart. You should be at the top of your mat or somewhere near it. Bring your arms down by your side. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, bring the arms behind you and down. So that gives us just a nice opening in the chest without arching through our back too much. Right? Keep the tailbone tucked under. Let's do it again. Inhale, bring the shoulders to the ears. Exhale as you open them back and down by your side. Firm legs, just like we've had. Knees up. Still imagine that you're pressing away from the center point. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, open the arms, bend the knees, and hands to the floor. Shins or your blocks. Halfway up, inhale. And exhale, step your right foot back. Big step to the back of your mat. So your left thigh can be parallel to the floor. Find some energy in the back leg. Look forward, broaden your collarbones. Exhale, lower your right knee. I'm going to take a pad under my knee to the floor. So send your right leg back a little further. You can have the toes tucked or untucked. Dropping the right hip down, broadening the collarbones, hug your hip towards the center. Inhale, place your hands on top of your thigh and lift your torso a little higher. And now back off the front leg a little bit. So you're now straight up and down over the right leg. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. They can touch, they don't have to. Now exhale, go back to hinging forward. Don't dump in your lower back. Lift out of your ribs. Inhale, open your arms to a T. Exhale. Inhale, rotate to your left side. You're going to be a little bit more restricted now with the left leg in front of you. And then exhale, right arm on the thigh or outside the thigh. Left hand to prayer at your heart center. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Hug your hips to midline. Exhale, twist. Inhale, find a little bit more length. Exhale, empty the breath and find a deeper twist. Inhale, bring yourself back to center. Just release your hands to the floor of the blocks. Tuck your right toes underneath you again. Keep your hips low as you lift the knee off the floor. And then step back to downward facing dog, taking your left leg to your right, back of the mat. Inhale. High up on your toes, bend one knee then the other. Inhale on your tippy toes. Exhale, shift to a high plank. Sink down. Shoulders pulled back, belly in, crown of the head, tailbone long. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Good. Inhale, walk your feet to the front of your mat. Coming back into the forward fold your way. Hands on blocks, hands on thighs, hands on floor. Push down through your feet. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring your arms with you overhead. Exhale, bring the prayer to the heart center. Release the arms by your side. Ground firmly through your legs. Always think about strong legs when you're in a standing position. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold your way down to the floor, hands on floor, thighs, shins, wherever. Inhale, halfway. Good. Exhale, left leg steps all the way back to the back of the mat. So it's a big, generous step. Right knee over the ankle, back leg is firm, look forward, right thigh becomes parallel. And then exhale, lower the left knee to the floor. Release the top of the foot or keep it tucked. You see what works for you. Broaden your collarbones, shoulders back. Inhale, bring your hands on top of your right thigh. And then lift yourself upright. So you're over your left knee for a moment, right? Ground firmly into your right foot. Inhale, sweep the arms over your head. They can touch, not touch, doesn't matter. And now sink down lower into your left hip. Reach out of your waistline, inhale. Exhale, open your arms to a T. Inhale. Exhale, rotate to the right side. Remember, you're going to be a little bit more restricted here. Exhale, left arm on the top of the thigh or outside. Right hand meets in prayer. Thumbs to your heart center, breathe, or your sternum. Looking for space between your belly and your thighs. Inhale. Exhale, one more breath. Good. Release your hands to the floor blocks. Tuck your left toes underneath you. Lift the knee without lifting the hip, so stay nice and low and firm. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Walk your dog a little bit side to side, or stay in some stillness here. Stay for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, and take yourself back to the top of your mat, any way you want. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees and slowly come on up to standing. Exhale, bring the prayer to your heart center. Release your arms by your side. Grounding firmly through the legs. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the center or out to the side. Feet, hands to the floor, shins or blocks, lengthen your spine. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, right leg steps back. Low lunge, left knee in line with your hip. Inhale, lengthen, hands on top of your thighs. Exhale. Inhale, lift your torso. Now bend your bottom leg or your back leg. Bring the arms up overhead. Inhale. Good. Open your arms to a T. Same side again, by the way. Exhale, rotate to the left. Now as you begin to hinge a little forward in your torso, begin to straighten your back leg. Right arm outside the thigh. Left hand to prayer twist. Hug the hips to the midline, but press the outer thighs away. It's a little tricky. One more breath. Good. Exhale, hands to the floor, on the blocks, on your floor shin. Straighten your front leg. Level out your hips. So having the blocks will definitely, give us a little assistance in straightening the leg and keeping the spine long. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Step back, left leg to the back of the mat, downward facing dog. Bend your knees one at a time. Stay here or just, find some settling in, breathe out. Bring your feet together. Inhale, bring your right leg high in the sky. Exhale, look between your hands and bring your right foot all the way to the top of your mat. Inhale. Left leg meets top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring your arms with you. Exhale, hands to prayer. Release your arms. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold your body in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, send your left foot to the back of the mat. Low lunge. You can always have your leg on the floor. Hands on your thighs. Inhale, begin to bring yourself up. So lift your shoulders away from your ears. Bend your back knee. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, open your arms to a T. Now, as you begin to turn and hinge forward, straightening the back leg, left arm comes down, right hand meets prayer. Inhale. Not sure what happens to the music, but I'll check it out in a second. Exhale. Rotating from the spine, breathe in. Breathe out. Both legs are firm, unless you have one knee on the floor, but that's still firm. One more breath. Good. Find a little bit more depth as you exhale, hands to the floor blocks. Straighten your front leg, pull the right hip back, left hip forward, inhale. And exhale, fold over your legs. Breathe. Keep it going. Inhale. And exhale. Don't know what happens there. Inhale. Step back to a downward dog with your right leg moving back. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left leg in the air. Inhale. Exhale, send your left foot to the top of the mat. Right foot meets the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push down to rise up, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, take the prayer to your heart center. Release your arms. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, fold your way to the floor, hands on floor, shins blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back. Inhale, arms up overhead. Right to the prayer twist. Exhale, arm outside left thigh. Inhale, hands down, left leg straightens. Right foot turns on its side. Take your block on the outside of your left calf shin. Right arm sweeps up your body, turn to the right side. You're in triangle here. Stack your shoulders, tuck your tailbone underneath you. Lift your knees up. Breathe in, breathe out. Looking for the space on the sides of the body. And then energize through the legs. Inhale and exhale. Can you reach a little higher and reach a little longer? One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, spin it around. Turn yourself forward. Soft bend in your left knee. Walk your hands and or blocks forward. And then hover your right, don't hover, just take it off the floor parallel. Left knee is bent a little bit, or maybe a lot for some, but keep the knee behind the ankle. Supported warrior 3 pose. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Stay here for one more breath as you continue to bend your left knee. Send the right leg back into your low lunge. Inhale, hands to floor. Exhale, left leg high in the sky. Open up the hip, bend the knee. And then send the foot to the floor, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg high in the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step your left foot to meet the top of the mat. Inhale, forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise to stand, bring the arms with you. Exhale, take the prayer to your heart. Release your arms. Inhale, the arms come overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Big, generous step. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Rotate and twist outside the right thigh. Inhale. Good. Exhale, hands to the floor, blocks. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. You should not be on train tracks, so make sure your feet are still separated. And then spin your left foot on its side. Take your block on the outside of the right shin on its highest height. And then sweep your left arm up and open to your left side. Now pull your right hip underneath you. Pull your left hip back. Rotate your torso. Stack your shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Triangle pose. Knees are lifted, not hyperextended. So instead of pushing the knee backwards, think about lifting it towards your hip. Or put a slight bend in it to protect. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Spin it back around. You're in a low lunge. If you're using blocks, move them forward. If you're not, you move your hands forward. And begin to float your left leg off the floor, holding into a warrior 3 supported pose. Anytime you do warrior 3, you can stay supported on the floor. Bend your front knee, so it should be your right leg, keeping the hips level, and then sending the weight behind your toes, right over your heel or behind it. One more big breath. Good. Exhale, send it all the way back to a low lunge. Inhale, right leg in the air, open the hip, just let it go. And then downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a high plank. Look forward. Bend your elbows, go halfway down, and then roll into your upward dog or low cobra or skip it, push up, and downward dog will all meet. Inhale, left leg high in the sky. Exhale, send your left leg all the way through. Inhale, look forward, step together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push down, rise up, arms up overhead. Hands to prayer. Hands to your hips. Good. Step your right foot back to the back of the mat. Turn yourself to the right side of your mat. Have a block nearby should you choose. It's actually probably gonna go behind your left leg for now. All right, so open your legs again with a generous width. Arms up over your, in line with your shoulders once again. Your hands should be over your ankles. So if your feet are really short, you're going to be too long with your arms. If your feet are really long, you're going to be too short with your legs. So just get your proper width. You'll learn it as time goes on. Good. Inhale, turn your left toes to the front. Notice how that bumps the right hip up a little bit. So now just put your hands back on your hips for a moment and see if you can just level out the pelvis to start. Right? So your left heel instep of the right foot slightly turned in. Back to the arms up over your shoulder, in line with your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, bump the hips right. Turn your hip, reach your torso forward. Reach out as far as you can. Left hand inside, outside foot, shin or block. Right hand to your hip, rotate your torso open. And then the right arm comes up. So we came into triangle just a slightly different way. This may create a little bit more space for you. Reaching up with the right, down with the left, and then spinning your heart open, tucking your left hip underneath you. It's going to open the pelvis a little bit more. One more breath. Good. Look down. Inhale. Reverse this movement. Right arm down, left arm up. Now bump your right hip back towards your left side. Inhale. Come back to the standing up. Bend your left knee, so you might have to adjust your back foot. Take your right arm forward, turn your hips forward, bring your hands to prayer, and go back to your twist here. Twisting, twisting, twisting. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath. Exhale, release your hands to the floor blocks, walk the blocks forward, and send your right leg off the floor. Warrior 3, supported. Feel the length in the right leg. So really have energy in the right leg. If the left leg is straight, great. If it's bent, great. Just find your energies here. Exhale, bring your right knee behind your left ankle. Take a seat to the floor. So if that doesn't work out for you, straighten your bottom leg. Inhale, hug your hands around your shin, lift your chest. Inhale. And exhale, surrender. Good. Inhale, stretch your arms over your head. Let's do it the same way. Exhale, open your arms to a T. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turn your torso to the left. Right arm outside left thigh or on top. Left hand meets it in prayer twist. Now, if that's not something that works for you, hug your knee to your chest with 2 arms inside or around the front. Inhale and exhale. I have Siri talking to me again. Don't know why. Inhale back to center. Take your left arm inside your left leg. Take your left arm down, right arm up. Similar to something we did earlier in class. Exhale, release your hands, turn forward. Send yourself up onto your left leg. Inhale, step your right leg back. Exhale, 3-legged dog, left leg in the air, open up your hip. That's probably Cindy. Hi, good morning. And then 4 on the floor, it's okay, downward dog. It's always okay. Inhale on your toes, shift forward to plank. Choose your way through this vinyasa. Take it, don't take it. And meet in downward facing dog. Inhale. Feet together, back of the mat, exhale. Inhale, float your right leg high in the sky. Exhale, step your right foot through. Take a block on the outside of your right shin. Good, this time we're just gonna turn to the left side. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips and rise up to standing. Right, shoulders over hips. Open up your arms, the height of your shoulders, and the length of your legs, so from ankle to ankle, it should be right over the ankle. Good. Inhale, let's just go ahead right now and put the hands on the hips. Turn your right toes forward, and as you do that, the left hip kind of bumps up a little bit. So turn your left toes in a little bit, take your hands to your hips, And now just level out the pelvis, right? We're gonna shift it, but let's start with it level. Inhale, bring the arms back up, shoulder height, inhale. Exhale, bump your hips left, reach forward through your torso. As far out as you can reach, then the right hand comes down, inside, outside. Left arm comes up over your head, inhale. And exhale. Keep rotating through the torso, bumping your right hip underneath you, kind of bringing your hips, you know, they're not gonna be level, but parallel and facing the left side. Inhale. And exhale. Good, big breath in. Look down at your right toes. Press down firmly. Inhale, rise up. Left arm down, right arm up. Bump your left hip towards your right knee. Exhale, turn yourself around. So you're going to come back to the front of the mat. If you need your hands down, I think I did. Inhale, bring your arms up, and we take it right into the twist outside the right side. So we're back into the twist. Hi, Sin, good morning. Lift your belly up and in, so right leg is forward, twisting. One more breath, find your deepest expression. Exhale, hands to the floor, move it out in front of you. Step up into a supported warrior 3 position. Hips are level, right leg can be bent or straight now. You know, it really depends on you. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left knee behind your right ankle and have a seat on the floor. So first get yourself nice and cozy on the floor. Make sure you're not sitting on your heel. Inhale, stretch your arms out to a T. Exhale, rotate to the right. You're not going to get, a huge amount of movement, some. Left arm outside right thigh, right arm meets it, hands to prayer, and twist. Keep working your right hip towards the floor. It might not touch. Inhale. Breathe in, breathe out. This is Martin Luther King Day. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turn to the inside of your right thigh. Open it up, right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, hands down, right foot in the center. Come back up onto your right foot. Send your left leg back into a low lunge. Inhale, right leg in the air, 3-legged downward dog. Exhale, 4 paws on the floor, shift forward, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, upward dog, cobra, push-ups, neither, all, take what you need, hips up in the air. Bring your feet together. Inhale, float your left leg high in the sky. Open up your left hip. Exhale, send your left foot through. Take your block outside the left thigh, or the left calf, walk around to the center. Inhale, halfway up, hands to your hips, stand all the way up. Arms up, shoulder height, turn your left toes to the front, right toes to the front a little bit. Bump your hips right, reach out, triangle pose. Inhale and exhale. Hug your hips in, exhale, look down. Inhale, reverse the triangle. Good. Exhale, we're going to bend the left knee, hold warrior 2 for a few breaths. So before we move on, warrior 2 pose. Right toes are pointed about 10 degrees forward. Legs are firm. Left knee in line with your hips, in line with your second, third toe. Pointing out towards the left side of the foot. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little lower. Good. Now spin your back foot forward, arms up, crescent lunge. For the breath, hands to prayer. Exhale into your twist. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now, take your hands down onto the floor blocks, move them out in front of you. Lift your right leg up, supported warrior 3. Right hand stays, left hand moves to the hip. Begin to maybe straighten the leg. Lengthen out of your torso, rotate to the left side. And guess where we are in supported warrior, half moon twisted, revolve. Hug your left hip to the center, right leg pushes further back, inhale. Exhale. Good, left hand down. Right knee behind left ankle. Have a seat, hug your knee for a moment. Good, sit up tall. This gives us the opportunity to give a little more length. Inhale, come back, arms open. Exhale, turn to your left side and take that same prayer twist. And now if anybody is up for flying today, hands on the outside of your left leg, tuck your right toes under, lift your hips up, bend your arms, and sit onto your heels. Your legs are still in a cross position, but you can extend them in any variation. Oh, my block is in front. So you can extend them in any variations that you'd like if you're taking any flight. And if you're not taking flight, don't worry, who cares? If you are taking flight, come on back down to your twist. Good, and then take the twist on the inside of your left leg, right arm up. Take a hold of your left foot with your two peace fingers. Inhale, sit up, right arm out to the side. Exhale, take your left leg open to the left side. Bring your right leg a little bit more forward now. And just open it out, open it out. Lift your chest. Nice work, good. Breathe in. Exhale, if you can, lower the left leg and send the right arm up and over. Good. Inhale, come back up. Once again, rotate to the right side. Exhale, come back around. Send your left leg behind you. Inhale, right leg in the air, three-legged. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa or not. Your way, whatever it is that makes you happy or comfortable or successful for your day. Good. Inhale, float your left leg up in the air. Exhale, send your left foot through. Take your left hand on the block. Good. Inhale, straighten your right front leg. And let's just go back into that triangle here. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Turn yourself forward. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg up. I love triangles, so I just throw it in when I can. Good, take a vinyasa. Don't take a vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward dog. Inhale, right leg high in the sky. Open the hip, exhale, send it through. Right foot. Block on the outside, left foot turns. Good. Inhale, we're going to rise up. Let's rise up for standing. And then reach out, because I forgot how we got there in the first place. Right hand on the outside of the thigh shin. Left arm up, breathe, knees are strongly lifting. Good, one more breath, just find that beautiful stretch. Inhale, lift up, reverse. Exhale, bend your front knee, adjust your footing if you need to. Warrior two, let's stay for 5 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale, sink a little bit lower. Drop your hips down, shoulders over hips. Breathe in, breathe out. 3 more breaths. Inhale, firm back leg, 2. Exhale, 1 more big breath. Inhale. Good. Exhale, now spin your left foot forward, arms up. You might have to adjust your stance. Exhale, prayer outside your right thigh. Lifting your belly away from your thigh. Back leg is strong and active. Inhale. Doing great, guys. Stay with it. No one said it would be easy, but it's great for you. Exhale, good things worth waiting for. Hands to the floor, walk your hands forward. Send yourself back into the supported warrior 3 for a breath. And then keep the left hand down as the right hand moves to the hip and we twist open to the right side. Stacking shoulders. Left leg firm and active, right leg bent or straight, whatever your body kind of is calling for. Out there. Breathe in, breathe out. Take 1 more breath. Empty the breath, hands to the floor, left knee behind right ankle. Have a seat on the floor. Start just by hugging your knee to your chest. wherever you are. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms up and take your prayer twist outside your right thigh. Inhale through center. Exhale, right arm inside, left arm up. Grab your peace finger grip on your right toes. Inhale, oh, I forgot to take the arm balance. If you take an arm balance, come back to your right side and lift up so you won't be uneven on either side. All right? And then come back down. And then we'll unwind it. Right hand on the inside, left hand outside. Bring your right leg up. Open it to the side. Bring your left leg back through the center. Left arm out to the side. Breathe. Open up your heart, your chest, your hips. Inhale. Now, softly and slowly, doesn't matter how you get there. Begin to bring the right leg towards the floor. You might have to let go. And then take your left arm up and over. Good. Inhale, come back up. Lean up and over to the other side. Sweep your right leg back behind you. Tuck the toes, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot through. Left hand on the outside. Right foot turns in, straighten your left leg. And once again, triangle pose. Because it feels so darn good. Inhale. Exhale, release it to the floor. Back to your lunge. Step back to three-legged dog, open your hip, and then flow on your own, or not. Downward dog, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, bring your knees to the floor. Separate them as wide as your mat, touch your toes together. Push your hips back to your heels and take your hands in between your thighs, so your shoulders will fold forward, left ear to the floor, and let go. Take your right ear to the floor, just flip it over. Inhale, come back to the center, walk your hands out in front of you. Take your block again the long way. Come up to your hands and knees. And then just, without worrying about any real great transition here, step forward of the block and then sit back down on the block. If you need two blocks, that's fine too. And then take your hands back where we started a while ago. Hands back into prayer. Close your eyes for a moment. Good, now open your eyes, left arm down, right arm up. Right arm behind your back. Left arm in front of your shin. Some of you will grab a hold of the arm or a strap or towel and open up. Breathe. Good. So yes, we can do this in a standing position without a block, but I want you to focus more on just getting the opening rather than the balance. Not that it's bad, it's great. One more breath. And then release. Arms up, back to prayer, sit up tall. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up. You're going to notice one side has more space than the other. Left arm behind you. Right arm can meet it if you have the space, or a strap or towel will help. Keep your left knee open as well, so don't let it start knocking in. There's a tendency for that. Good. Inhale, release it. Hands to prayer. Exhale. Walk your hands out in front of you. If you have a second block and you have a little bit of a fear of eating crow, put it out in front of you. Elbows and knees meet each other. We've done this, all throughout the class. Lift your hips from the block and then lift up high so your hips are high. I'm going to give you another little option. You can put the block between your 2 feet and step your feet on top of the block and just come into this modified crow pose. Or those of you who take crow, lift your hips in the air.
Squeeze your knees around your triceps. Breathe in. Don't kick into it. Just see if you can lift up into it. If you try it, come back. Let's try it a second time. When you're ready. I'm trying to get it. But I can't see you, Cindy, because your camera moved. All right. There you go, Cindy. I can't pin you because your camera moves forward and back, and so all I see is the pretty trees. All right, and Michelle, you guys got out of it. Okay, you're good. Sit back on your block for 3 breaths. And then empty the breath, hands to the floor. Lift your hips up off the block. Turn your feet forward, forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step through vinyasa. Take one more big little sequence. Hips up. And bring your knees down to the floor. Sit back on your heels. And lift yourself up as you sweep your legs around to either side. Bring them forward for me. Walk a little bit side to side. Take your right foot and bring it inside of your thigh, in line with your sitting bones, and then let it open out to the side. Bring the foot to the inner thigh. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward and grab a hold of your foot. Maybe a block in front or 2 blocks in front, or maybe you have a strap or towel that you want to work around your leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over your legs, shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release your foot. Take your right leg up. Stretch it out. Give it a little love. Exhale, adjust your sitting bones. Bring your left knee into your chest. Open the leg to the side and then bring the foot to the inner thigh. Right leg is active. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Grab for whatever you can. Not your knee, but a strap or towel will give you the same, reach if you need that. And if you have more flexibility, 1 or 2 blocks in front of your foot. Try the high side. It might feel a little different to you. Right? So lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Find your space. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lengthen, release. Sit up. Exhale, left leg comes in. A little love to the legs. Adjust your sitting bones, legs out in front of you. Hands by your side, sitting tall. Shoulders back. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward. And then take your hands to the floor, shins blocks. Again, same thing. Strap or towel. Shoulders down. Keep looking forward. If you look down, your back will tend to round. Let's keep the back long. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Now keep your arms in front of you. We're going to come down from here, so just make sure you have something behind you. Point your toes, pull your belly to your spine, and start to articulate your spine down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Lower, lower, lower. Head is the last thing to the floor, and then the knees come up to the chest. And now we can take a deeper twist. Right leg over left, grab ankles, shins, or toes. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right, knees fall to the left, twist. Left hand on side, outside right thigh, right arm overhead. Inhale, arms back out. Exhale, uncross the legs, knees to center. Inhale, shift your hips left, knees fall to, left leg over right. Grab the ankle, shins, toes.
Inhale, open your arms to a T. Move your hips left, let your knees fall to the right. Right arm on top of left thigh, left arm overhead. Breathe. Inhale, open your arms, uncross your legs, draw your knees to your chest, round and curl your spine, breathe. Exhale, head down, legs out in front of you. Stretch your arms over your head, hook your thumbs together. Reach, reach, reach in two directions. Now cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Take a hold of your right arm with your left and just hinge a little bit to the left side. Stretching long on the right side, a little bit more contraction on the left side. Inhale back to center, uncross the legs. Left arm is being pulled with the right arm. Left leg goes over right leg and just create a slight little hammock pose. Inhale back to center, open up your arms and legs as wide as the short edge of your mat, so like an X. Breathe in, empty out. And then from here, take one big breath in, draw your knees and everything together, head and shoulders off the floor. Hug your knees really close to your ribs. Grab as far around your elbows as you can, lay your head down on the floor. Lengthen your tailbone out. Extend the legs in the air. Bring your legs down so your hips are on the floor and your heels are over your hips. Flex point. Lower your legs, flex point. Lower your legs, flex point. If you're touching the floor, bring your heels down, rest on your forearms, lift your chest, rest lightly, lightly, lightly to the top of your head. Any variations of this pose that you might take. You can have your legs up in the air, arms up in the air, head off the floor. See what suits you today. Fish pose, Matsyasana. Breathe in. If you're on your forearms in this fish, push down through your forearms, bring your chin to your chest, lay down and hug your knees back to your chest. If you feel the need for one more spinal twist, I like to do them after back bendings. Come through center and do the other side. Inhale back to center. Anything else that speaks to you that you need to take before your Shavasana, go ahead and do that. A headstand or handstand or pigeon, whatever, or just lay on your back for your final pose. If you're leaving me, yeah. When you're ready to settle down onto your back, just close your eyes, let your body completely surrender. And wrapping yourself with your own warmth, but if you need something to keep you warm, or if you need something to support you, take that. Let everything go. Let all your physical and emotional weight settle into your mat.
opportunity to stay longer in your shavasana, just turn off the sound. Stay on the mat as long as your body and your time allows you. If you're home, stay fit, stay healthy.